Channel Win Civil World. Hi friends, I am Vinod. Welcome to my YouTube channel Win Civil World. In this particular video, I am going to discuss about the difference between the ordinary conventional red bricks and AAC blocks. Why AAC blocks are a superior brick alternative? AAC blocks are lightweight, environmental friendly, cost effective, and superior material compared to red bricks. This is because of a lot of factors, and in this particular video we are going to discuss about the factors that differentiate a red brick from an AAC blocks and the positive properties of an AAC block. First, let us have a comparison of the dimensions. Bricks are available in limited sizes, that is one or two sizes, whereas AAC blocks are available in different sizes. Bricks have a dimension of 230 mm length, 110 mm width, and a height of 70 or 75 mm, whereas AAC blocks, the length is 600 mm or 625 mm, the height is 230 mm or 240 mm, and the width ranges from 100 mm to 300 mm. This comparison of the technical properties. AAC blocks have a density of 550 to 650 kg per cubic meter, bricks 1500 to 1900 kg per cubic meter. Weight of an AAC blocks is 18 to 19 kg, whereas the brick, the weight is around 3 kg to 3.5 kg. Dimension tolerance is plus or minus 5 mm. In bricks it is plus or minus 5 mm to 15 mm. AAC blocks are factory made, whereas bricks are locally manufactured. AAC blocks got a perfect shape, color and uniformity, whereas the bricks are irregular, rough and non-uniform. AAC blocks are a superior option considering the following factors. The first one is speed of construction. Next is economical in terms of labor and material, the strength and other unique properties, and we will discuss about each and every one. First one is the construction speed. Let us consider a wall of 10 feet by 9 inch thickness, and the total area is around 100 feet. AAC block, area of a block is 2 feet by 9 inch, that is 1.5 square feet, and a brick it is 0.19 square feet. Number of block in 100 square feet is 67 blocks, whereas number of bricks are 1052 bricks. That is 67 blocks is equal to 1052 bricks for a 100 square feet wall, and one block is 14 to 15 bricks. Less blocks per square feet area. This can increase the construction speed. Next one is construction in terms of dimensional accuracy. AAC blocks are factory made, whereas bricks are locally made. AAC got perfect dimension, shape and tolerance of plus or minus 5 mm, and they are easy to place, plumb and align. Whereas AAC blocks dimension tolerance is plus or minus 5 mm to 15 mm. They are irregular in shape and size and consumes time to place, level and pump. Next is construction speed in terms of fewer number of joints. Let us consider a 100 square feet 9 inch wall. Total AAC block it is 250 to 300 running feet, whereas bricks it is 900 to 1000 running feet joints. That is less mortar joints and 4 times higher in case of bricks. AAC blocks, the mortar joints are less and construction speed is very fast. Next, construction speed in terms of lightweight properties. AAC blocks are lightweight, and that is 17 to 19 kg per block, whereas bricks are 3 to 3.5 kg per brick. AAC blocks are lightweight and covers more area, that is increase in construction speed of 3 to 4 times. Next is construction speed due to increase in mortar joint thickness. AAC blocks uses block adhesive and thickness is around 3 to 5 mm. Mortar, this brickwork uses cement mortar which is 12 mm, and the AAC blocks got lesser number of joints and less mortar thickness and hence increase the speed of construction. AAC blocks are economical, that is both in labor and material. First we will discuss about the savings in labor part. That is 67 to 70 blocks for 100 square feet in case of AAC blocks, whereas 1050 for 100 square feet in the case of red bricks. That is less blocks per square feet, less mason, more bricks per square feet, more mason. And even semi-skilled masons can do AAC blocks, whereas bricks required highly skilled mason. That is savings in terms of masons. Next is labor savings in terms of soaking and curing. AAC blocks, there is no need to soak the blocks. Bricks has to be soaked with water before use. AAC blocks uses block adhesive as mortar joints, which is air cured and no curing is required, whereas bricks uses site mixed cement mortar and 7 days minimum curing is required. Substantial saving in curing infrastructure and labor in case of AAC blocks. Next, labor saving in terms of material handling and mortar mixing. AAC blocks uses block adhesive, which is available in 25 kg ready mix packets, and they can be mixed with water before use. Whereas brick masonry, it is uses site mix mortar, and ingredients has to be conveyed, mixed, and carried to the location of work. For AAC block, there is a huge saving in labor for mortar mixing. Next is labor saving in terms of handling of brick or block. These AAC blocks are conveyed in pellets and that can be lifted and shifted using a crane or tower crane. Whereas bricks comes in loose and has to be unloaded, stacked and shifted for works. There is a huge amount of labor saving in rehandling, shifting and lifting. Next item is material saving in wastages. AAC blocks are available in a lot of sizes and can be cut, drilled and chased easily. Bricks are available in limited sizes. Cutting, drilling, etc. is not easy. AAC blocks do not break and create wastage, whereas bricks break and create huge wastage. AAC blocks, the wastage is around 2%, whereas bricks, the wastage is 10 to 12%. Next is material saving in mortar material. AAC blocks uses block adhesive and the cost of block adhesive per kg is around 13 to 16 rupees. That is 1 cubic meter of block work, around 30 to 35 kg block adhesive is required, and the total cost works out to around 500 rupees per cubic meter. In case of site mix mortar, considering sand rate of rupees 1000 per cubic meter and cement of rupees 300, cost of mortar works out to around 1100 rupees per cubic meter. That is almost 2 times that of block adhesive. Which is savings in plastering. AAC blocks are very accurate in size. Both sides are fair faces, whereas in bricks are irregular and got a fair face and an unfair face. AAC block got marginal undulations, whereas bricks undulations are very high, mainly in the unfair face. AAC block required minimum 8 mm thickness plastering inside and 12 mm outside, whereas bricks required 12 mm inside and 18 mm outside. Saving in mortar thickness for AAC block. Even POP and putty can be directly applied to the AAC blocks. Next is strength. AAC blocks, the compressive strength is around 3 to 4 Newton per mm square, whereas bricks it is 2.5 to 3 Newton per mm square. AAC blocks got a high strength with low density. Next, we will discuss about the unique properties. First one is acoustic properties. AAC blocks are low density and 80% porosity. Bricks are high density and less porosity. Low density means high sound absorbing qualities, and they are used for auditorium and cinema halls. Next is insect and termite resistant qualities of AAC blocks. AAC blocks are made of inorganic material like cement, fly ash, gypsum, etc. Whereas bricks are made of organic material like clay. AAC blocks have excellent resistance to insects and termites, whereas bricks are prone to insects and termites. Next is fire resistant properties of AAC blocks. AAC blocks 70% is made of 70% of fly ash, and they are not non-combustible in nature, whereas bricks are not so fire resistant. 8-inch AAC block got a fire rating of 4 hours, whereas brick got a fire rating of 2 hours. Fire resistant is double than that of concrete, and they are used for firewalls and can eliminate costly fire protection. Next is thermal conductivity. AAC blocks is made of 70% fly ash and have less thermal conductivity. Bricks are made of clay and has high thermal conductivity. AAC blocks can keep indoors cool in summer and hot in winter, whereas bricks tends to give the room more hot in hot climate. There is a 25% cost in air conditioning load, which in turn can decrease the energy consumption by around 25%. Moisture resistant and water penetration qualities of AAC blocks. AAC blocks got unconnected micropores, and this prevent capillary water transport. They got high moisture and water repellent capabilities. Bricks in case absorbs moisture and moisture resistant properties depends on the brick quality and mortar proportions. And 115 mm thick walls do not resist water and moisture. But in the case of AAC block, they can even resist water with a 150 mm thick wall. Next is savings in concrete and steel. AC blocks can drastically reduce the dead load, and designers can optimize the design and make it more economical due to less dead loads. Whereas bricks, the dead loads are high and design will be very conservative and heavy. And there is a savings of around 20% in cement and steel in case of AC blocks. Next is floor carpet area. The AC blocks can make the partitions in very thin walls and due to their moisture resistant qualities, whereas bricks thickness cannot be compromised. A 6-inch thick block can even be used for external walls. This can increase the valuable carpet area inside the building. AC blocks are environmental friendly and a green product. AC blocks consumes fly ash, which is an industrial waste, and the production process does not emit any hazardous material. But in the case of red bricks, they consumes the fertile topsoil and makes the land barren. They are not environmental friendly and the production process is not environmental friendly. AC blocks are earthquake resistant because of its lightweight. AC blocks can reduce the mass of the structure and thereby reduce the impact of earthquake. And let us have a comparative analysis, rate analysis of AC blocks and red bricks. AC blocks, the normal average rate per cubic meter is 2650 and considering 2% wastage, and block adhesive is 35 kg per 1 cubic meter and the rate is around 15 rupees per kg, and the total labor charges you can start from a basic of 800 rupees per cubic meter and staging cost comes to around 25 rupees and total cost it is around 4000 to 4200 per cubic meter. And whereas the brick, the total cost of an average cost of a brick is around 6.5 anywhere in India, and it will be more somewhere, and 475 bricks it requires in a cubic meter and 10% is the normal wastage, and the mortar cost is around 1150, that calculation we had earlier showed you, and labor charges it will be around 1400 rupees per cubic meter and staging it will be around 25 rupees, and the total cost work out to be around 6000 rupees per cubic meter, which is 2000 rupees higher than AAC blocks. That is why the AAC blocks are a cheap material, and considering the above mentioned qualities, they are also a superior material. You can go with AAC blocks without any second thought, but the construction quality has to be maintained in AAC blocks, otherwise they are prone to cracks. Thank you.